ended. What's up, guys? It's Steve with Hapgaming, and welcome back to 2.5 Stars. I am joined by
Erik,
Kelly,
Jason,
and Rick.
This week we watched Another Wolf Cop, written and directed by Lowell Dean, starring Leo Fafard, Yannick Bisson, and Amy Mati.
Just say it how
just
you
say Amy M. If you can't say it, just say it.
No,
So-
if you can't say it,
style.
just butcher it as bad as you
Style.
can.
Maticio.
Just completely butcher it if you
Amy
can't say
Give
it.
it all you got.
Maticio. IMDb synopsis. Alcoholic werewolf cop Lou Garou springs into action with an eccentric businessman with evil intentions, seduces... Wow, this was written bad. No, I read it bad. When an eccentric businessman with evil intentions seduces Woodhaven's residents with a new brewery and a hockey team in this outrageous horror comedy sequel. So what'd you guys think?
oh my goodness gracious!
I
Can't
mean,
even.
You can't even, huh, Kelly?
Oh, I can't.
Just too much?
if the chicken milk beer didn't put like
Slam a cold cock, Ricky.
put like a weird lizard thing in your stomach. Sounds like that. Be okay to try.
Chicken milk does not sound appetizing whatsoever.
It sounds better than milk, rat milk.
But that's
Milk?
not something that
Ew.
happened in this series at all.
Well, how do you know that the Simpsons don't exist in this world?
I'm sure they do.
What the? Receiving. Okay.
Are you all right there?
Shit. Yeah, my thing was missing a crap load of frames, so I was like, "Oh, I'm going to switch it back, right, to fix it." So I turned off the Oh shit, private stuff on there. I turned off the thing.
Well, I got to
It
cancel
was
that
just
credit
like our
card. Oh, the
messages.
bank account's
So
all.
as long
Oh,
as I don't
shit.
think there was any wangs on there, we should be all right.
Well, there was a wang
Yeah, but
in
it's
this
like
one.
it says. Yeah, there was lots. There was a huge
There
wolf
was a
wang
giant
in
wolf
this one.
wang in here. Yeah.
That's right off the
It
bat.
had so much hair. It was really gross.
Well, at least he wasn't like a normal dog where it's just like inside of him, and then, because he's got to be out there in full wolf glory, right?
He could have been all turned on and had his red rocket kind of, sticking out in front of him.
Damn it. No, he looked kind of pissed off when he was sitting there. He's just like tired. He was ready to just, go to bed. That's why, he was getting comfortable.
He
No
did have an
pants.
ice pack on his penis. I'm pretty sure he got shot in the dick. I took a pointer from Steve.
The bad guys did.
Well, it was the
Oh, wait,
cop
no, the
that
girl
shot
shot
him.
him. That's right.
It was the
girl
girl
shot him.
cop.
I
Yeah.
forgot. Yeah.
The girl shot him in the dick.
Did it actually hit his dick?
I hit him in that region.
In
I
that
don't know.
region because he had an ice pack on his dick. But it doesn't mean he was
Oh,
hit
but
in the
he was
dick.
okay.
Oh,
like
he
he,
was
had
fine.
sex with the cat lady later on.
Yeah.
She gave him moon coke, man.
Fucking cat boobs and
That was so weird.
I think they did it backwards because like I don't know about cat boobs, but we have a female dog, and the ones closest to her back legs are the biggest. So it should have went like smallest to biggest to really be like, what the fuck?
But maybe that doesn't happen with werewolves. They start out with bigger ones
She
up
was a
top. and then-
werecat anyways.
Werecat, yeah.
yeah, exactly.
I don't know. I mean,
I'm not gonna look this one up, guys. I'm
I
not
gotta tell
ruining my
you-
search history for this one.
I gotta tell you, I was
Ruin it. Come
disappointed.
on, you've already done that.
I know, right?
I
It
was
is really bad.
disappointed that she didn't give him some moon coke so she could be fucked by a werewolf.
You got to save something for Wolf Cop 3.
Yeah, pretty
They
much.
did say after all the words scrolled by, Wolf Cop will return.
Yeah, in like 15 years.
this one hasn't even aired yet. It will return. It's not. They're just like, hey, I put some shit in there I can't deliver on. So fuck it. I quit.
Yeah,
We're not even gonna put this one out.
it'll
That's
be
what
like
happened.
Rick and Morty.
Yeah, I think Rick and Morty's done with, guys. I hate
Yeah.
to say it. I think it's done. I think that's it.
We're just gonna get that shitty Australian cartoon now. That's all we're gonna get. It's gonna be real.
Yeah,
bad.
we're sounds like Rick is just taking a shit every time he talks.
Yeah.
Wait, what are you guys talking
Rise
about?
the blades!
On April Fool's, there
The
was
cartoon.
that cartoon that they released
Oh,
instead of
yeah.
Rick and Morty, and it looked bad and it sounded bad and it was just bad. They did a bad job and they should feel bad about it.
Yeah, it was less gooder.
That's a lot of bad.
Yeah. There's a lot of bad in this too. The fucking I don't understand why. So I watch a lot of like campy horror movies. Why do campy horror movies, especially in their sequels, have to put fucking dumbass puppets into them? Like this, weird,
I like the
Guado
puppet.
thing.
I like the dick puppet.
I thought it was a dick. I actually thought it was a dick at first. I'm like, is his dick transforming? And then I realized it was coming out of his lower stomach, his abdomen.
Yeah, well, they couldn't come at, they couldn't have it coming out of his chest because then they could have been sued by aliens.
Here's the other weird thing.
By Total Recall.
Here's the other thing, though, is it would come out and they were totally fine afterwards. If it didn't kill him on the way out, it like instantly healed up and they were totally fine.
Well, I think his was different than the other people's though too.
Well, he made friends with his.
Yeah, because his is all, but his wasn't a weird shifter yet. Like it took that weird sound to change it into that shifter.
True.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, because it was just pretty much a miniature version of him.
yeah, probably because of whatever goop he was in.
Yeah, it's like, okay, so before we hug this out, is any of this yours?
The Secret of the Ooze. That's what turned all the Ninja Turtles into Ninja Turtles.
Wolf cop jizz.
Turns out those are that's actually the shape, the shifters and all that stuff. Those are actually Ninja Turtles. Or wait, the other way around. Ninja Turtles are shifters.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Yeah.
So, sorry, go ahead.
I just don't think that chicken milk sounds great. It sounds like the grossest fucking thing ever.
I would try it.
Although it does have an awesome slogan. I mean, slam a cold cock. Come on.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting Kevin Smith to be in here either. So that was kind of
I
cool.
wasn't either.
I had no idea. I saw him and I'm like, oh, damn.
And who is Kevin Smith?
But the thing is, even though he's awesome, like his role wasn't anything.
No,
like,
he was.
It could have been way better.
Yeah. They just like
Wow.
I think they were like, well, okay, we got Kevin Smith for a day. He's gonna show up and we'll film his scenes and that's it. That's probably what they did. That's all they
Well,
did.
that's what it sounded like it happened if you
Yeah.
read the IMDb, not V, trivia on it.
That's why they had to kill him so quick by having him slam a cold cock.
He was drinking those things all day, man.
I don't know why they had him slam one. Maybe just to make sure it was actually in him. They had him slam a cold cock right at the end there.
Yeah. God damn it.
Do you know who he is yet? Have you figured it out?
Was it the guy that was playing the mayor?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's fucking Silent Bob, dude.
Oh, that's
Jeez.
right. That's right. Steven was telling me about that.
God damn it. Now I got to go to like those crazy underground rooms inside of the hockey arenas to see if there's all kinds of cool science
Thanks for the
in there.
phone.
Oh, yeah. That's why they
Sorry.
cost so much.
Exactly. You hide that in the charges of the fucking
Yeah.
tickets or whatever.
And when you're making cold cock beer, you need it to be
Stuff.
cold. So you
Dude.
got to do it under the ice rink where it's nice and frigid.
What are you doing, Eric?
I know, that's what I'm wondering too.
All right. So I'm
Very
trying to
distracting.
stream right now, and okay, so we normally do. Wait a second. There's not all the in and out normally because we're not video chatting. But anyway, so I'm watching my stream thing, and it's going like 4,000. Like where it's supposed to be 5,000, and then it shoots down to like 0, and then shoots back up. And I'm watching our router like total, and it's at like 13. I'm like, what how the fuck is that happening? Makes no sense. Like I'm at a complete loss here.
So
Something's like broken.
it should
All right,
be.
go ahead, guys. Let's talk about Wolf Dong.
That's what we're doing. Well, sort of. So it shouldn't be too big a surprise that I didn't like the original Wolf Cop very much. And after watching it the second time, I warmed up to it a little more because I knew what to expect.
I honestly don't think
Right.
anyone really liked the first Wolf Cop.
No,
too
I fucking
much.
love the first Wolf Cop. That was awesome.
Steve loved it, and I think Eric liked it quite a bit too.
Yeah.
Kelly was a bit indifferent. She had to warm up to it like I did. Apparently you as well. However, knowing what to expect going into this one and
Yeah.
knowing there'd be some weird shit, I actually liked
Yeah.
it quite a bit more because I knew that it was going to be a weird fucking movie.
Yeah, yeah.
Weird it was.
So I imagine the strip club in this is what Soggy Tots will look like, Ricky. just a horrible place to be.
Yeah.
Weird robot man that kills everybody every once in a while.
No, what do they call that place?
They called it Club Fuck.
Oh yeah,
but
Club
with a
Fuck,
PH.
Yeah.
I don't actually
I thought
know.
it was a clever name.
What was the point of the robot guy? He didn't hurt anybody who had the worm in their stomach, but he killed people that didn't. Like, I don't understand what the whole point of the robot was. He was just kind of in the movie.
I think he was there to beat the shit out of Wolf Cop.
Yeah, because they knew that the wolf cop was around, so they needed to kill him.
Okay.
Okay. He wasn't supposed to kill anybody with the worm in their stomach because he is from the same place where they're trying to get the lizard men by implanting the worm in their stomach. So he's scanning them to make sure they don't have a worm in their stomach. And then he's just killing random people, basically.
Exactly.
He's
But
just like
every
he's there to
random
fuck shit up.
every random person without a worm in their stomach potentially could have a worm in their stomach. They're all good cattle. I don't see why he should
Yeah, he
kill
could have
them.
just shoved a cold cock down their throat.
Yeah.
Usually dress him up like a Duff Man, but cold cock man.
He
I
kind
mean,
of looked like
literally-
Duckman already.
They could have literally had. I
I
mean, that
agree.
robot was probably cold. He's steel and shit.
Yeah.
They could have had his cold cock implanting them. I'm sure Wolf Cop would have shown up for that.
Damn it.
That's fucked, dudes.
That's the kind of movie it is, Eric.
Yeah, well, I mean, we did
could
get to
face
see
fuck 'em all with a
the
cold
Trevor
cock.
clone get butt raped by with a probe.
The Trevor clone.
I was
Well,
violated.
I was
He's
violated.
Canadian Trevor.
Yeah, he is Canadian.
You know,
Trevor.
He
I mean,
totally is.
Well,
Yeah.
he says he's being
and now-
violated, and then he's like, "But it was kind of nice."
Yeah. Trevor would do that too.
Yeah, he probably would be like, "Yeah, get it in there rough." He's like, "I'm going to take control of the situation."
Oh man.
But I mean, Trevor's done stuff like that. He's an explorative guy.
Yeah. So do you
'Cause
guys
we-
know anything about the whole conspiracy theory that there's lizard people out there trying to control the world?
That's fucking stupid. Anybody who
Yeah,
believes
there
it is a
are
moron.
lizard people,
There
and they're
is a
trying to all the
conspiracy.
elites, all the global elites. I should have studied up. I'm
You were
fucking
supposed
fell
to.
down. Well, I forgot. I have been busy playing a video game instead of doing my homework. Damn it! That made me upside
Once
down.
again, it bites you in the ass.
Fuck! It always bites me in the ass. That's what it's there for, I guess, is ass biting. Wait a second. A lizard ass bite? That sounds pretty nice. You guys
I don't know
remember
how
the
it
lizard
hurt.
from last season? The lizard lady? You guys remember her?
Oh, yeah.
Last season?
Last,
From last episode. Yeah.
Yes. I
Last
think of it
movie.
like a season. For some reason, I've conflated this and Trailer Park Boys.
Conflated.
Well, they're both
Yeah, that's
Canadian,
when
and
meh.
they're always drunk, right? So
Yeah, they would fit right in. They are Canadian, and Jason would fit right in this too.
yeah.
I certainly would.
I mean,
The,
could
the
have,
fact
like,
the fact that these guys haven't got kicked out of Canada and Jason has really tells a lot about Jason, though. So if Jason's able to get kicked out of Canada, it's real bad.
it
yeah.
turns out it's only illegal to have sex with animals when you're not recording it. Who fucking knew?
I hate you, Jason. Get out of my fucking house.
Get out now.
You'll have to watch me on the way out. Your dog's between here and the outside gate.
He needs some companionship.
You just don't know when to stop, do you?
do you guys
Wolf
think
Cop
that
doesn't know
there's
when to stop
furry
either.
dudes- Do you guys think that there's furry dudes who look at this scene with the werewolf lady and they get super hot?
Oh, they were
probably.
totally
She
into
was
that,
a
dude.
cat lady.
Yeah. Okay,
Jason's
so
like,
That-
excuse
okay,
me,
so-
she was a cat lady.
I just said the scene with the wait. Did I say the werewolf lady?
Yes.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
I
So
meant
apparently
dude,
there was a poll, and about 4% of Americans believe that lizard people control politics.
Dude, there's YouTube videos. If you look into it, there's some compelling evidence.
Ricky,
Yeah.
tell me
So
how
it's
many
about
people.
12,556 people believe that lizard people exist and control politics.
And how many of those people believe that the world is flat?
You put those two together, flat earthers and them.
I don't think there's a flat earther in here.
But if they both believe, like if there's somebody who believes both, they should just automatically be on the death penalty. Because you got to be really dumb to believe
The
one, but to
death
believe
penalty?
both.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
a little harsh.
Well, here's
I mean,
okay, but
who
now
you-
here's something.
Who you are, Jason? Jason's a fucking ableist. He doesn't want anybody that's smarter than him, or smarter than him, but not way smarter. He wants to kill the people. Because Jason just has Steve there. So Steve's like, no, Jason.
Yeah.
The Earth is
So
round.
at
Jason's
least
like,
more people
okay.
do believe in Bigfoot, and more people do believe that Obama was the Antichrist.
Well, I believe in Bigfoot.
I've seen the fucking. Well, I didn't actually see it for sure. I seen some eyes in the woods while I was camping.
There's just some creepy guy watching you.
No, it was way too high in the air to be a creepy dude, and they were like glowing red eyes when I shined my flashlight out there. And unless the guy was like a giant Vin Diesel from Pitch Black, there's no fucking way it was a human being. It was probably a bear, but it sounded like a Bigfoot, and that's what I'm gonna go with. Plus, my dog pissed itself all over my, not Hank, by the way. This is the dog I had before Hank that I ran over. Anyways, pissed itself all over my bed, scared shitless, and we had a bear in camp, like a black bear.
Yeah.
And the dog charged right up to it the week before and, just scared it away. So that was like, that's weird that the dog, because that's how I woke up. I mean, you can ask my wife. I don't know. I am not an easily woke upable person. Easily awoken person.
Yes.
Yeah.
I woke him up.
I don't know words. Words and hards. Okay, guys. Anyways.
Did not wake him up.
So what happened was I woke up
I
with
tried to
this
wake him up
dog.
with. Well, go ahead. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say that I can't even wake you up with breakfast in the morning. Oh, I made this omelet. Like, okay, it's getting cold. Your
Yeah, they're
food
delicious,
is getting
too.
cold.
You just got to shove the
I'm just
food
like-
in his mouth while he's in bed. He'll wake up.
Massage his
I
throat,
would
make sure it goes
sleep, eat it.
down.
And then demand breakfast when I woke up.
You would just be like,
Anyways.
no, I dreamt I had some really good food.
Yeah. So I was open tarp camping. My dad was next to me in his camping trailer, and we were camped out 15 miles away from town, like in a spot where there's gates all around, so nobody really gets in there because it's a really bastard of a walk to get down there. Anyway, so I'm down there, and I wake up when my dog is like pissing and clawing, trying to get under the covers at the same time. I mean, we're talking like emptying the bladder, whining. It was like it had. I mean, I don't have any idea. It was the scariest I've ever seen a dog in my whole life. Okay,
Yeah.
And this was not like an easily scared wuss dog. So after that, I was like, well, that's weird. So I'm like, well, I better get up and see what it's looking at, or try and and I had to obviously try and dry my sheets off enough so they didn't smell like pee. Yeah, right. So I get up and I'm shining my flashlight like fucking 200 yards away, or no, it was less than that. It was like 100 yards away, and I see these two, glowing red eyes, and I'm like, what the fuck is that? And I'm thinking it's a bear, so I yell, hey, get the fuck out of here, bear, and it doesn't move, which is a weird thing for a black bear. They're normally like, oh my God, I've been identified. Oh, fuck. If you yell anything, they just run off. You don't have to say bear.
Yeah.
Just to be clear, the bear's not like, oh shit, it said my name? Fuck.
My name is Bear?
Yeah.
Is it like a Pokemon? He just says his name all
What's
the
bear
time?
in Spanish? Oso?
I don't know.
Is that I don't know. Anyways, because I could yell Oso and the bear'd be like, oh fuck, it knows. It's a Spanish guy who knows my name.
Yes,
Anyways,
it is Oso.
yeah. So anyways, I yell at it, then I throw a thing at it, and I'm like, okay, this is starting to get weird. Maybe somebody's playing a joke on me. Then the eyes turn, and I can't see them anymore. And then I hear heavy footsteps walking away. And right next to its head, I could see this branch, like a Y, like this. So I think, oh, okay, I'll see, where the fuck it was. So I'm walking out there the next day, and 8 feet in the air is the crotch of the tree that the head was right next to, and there's no bear scratch marks or anything. And where it was standing, it couldn't lean on anything. And I'm like, the fucking thing was standing there for a minute and a half at least. I mean, the dog pissed all over me. I fucking got up. Everybody's seen me wake up. It takes a long, let's hope nobody tries to rob my house without Kelly knowing how to shoot a gun, because they're going to steal the whole house. And when they start driving away a minute and a half later, I'll be like, what the fuck is going on? Oh, God. Where's my covers at? She's like, they stole them too, you idiot. And it was scary, and it stank. There was a weird smell that smelled very musky, and I was like, that can't be a fucking. There was no way it was a bear,
It was Bigfoot.
but it might have been. I mean, you know,
It was Bigfoot.
they can't know that. I wished I would have shot at it, but I didn't have a gun.
Dude,
Damn
could you imagine like how much you could get for a Bigfoot corpse?
Dude, it was none of that shit. We all know what it was. We all saw the movie fucking Trolls, man.
Could have been a troll, a really, really small.
It was one of the small
very-
trolls.
There was a baby
Massive
troll.
troll.
It was a baby troll.
I mean,
I mean,
I
it
don't
was
know,
only
some of my
8 feet
favorite-
tall, right? Only 8 feet
Yeah.
tall? Yeah, that's a pretty small troll.
Yeah, it was a
Eight
baby troll.
and a half, somewhere in there. I mean, I probably should have measured it to know the exact height if I was a Bigfoot guy, but I was like, what are you going to do? I mean, I worked in the woods since I was a little kid, right? I've been going out to work with my dad, seeing stuff. You can hear people coming from like forever away.
Oh,
Like,
yeah, people are not
think-
quiet.
I think the Bigfoots that people see are like the really horny Bigfoots that want to get a good look at a lady so they can crank it to it. So that's what we're looking at, is pervert Bigfoots that want to see women. They're like, or dudes, could be, I don't know. Maybe they're into dudes too. They're like, look, you know, maybe that's what it was doing for the minute and a half.
It was
That's
just
about
wanking it
that's
over
a
there,
pretty-
and that's what
pretty
that
average stroke time.
and
for
that's
an
what that
adolescent
musky
guy.
smell was.
Yeah. He's just like, whoa, oh my God, that dog is just whizzing all over itself. This is so hot.
What if it was a
Ew,
lady
ew.
Bigfoot though?
Well, it's going to have a deep voice anyways. I mean, it's a fucking Bigfoot. Look how big it is.
What if it's got big feet but tiny balls?
What's that matter?
Then it's a gorilla? I mean, I don't know. Gorillas only have like an inch-long penis. Could you imagine that? Well, never mind. We don't have, if somebody doesn't have to imagine that.
Oh, damn it.
He's just shaking his head.
Oh man. So
Sons of
why
bitches.
have you would think after the first movie was such a big success there would be liquor donuts, somewhere, and I haven't seen liquor donuts anywhere.
Yeah, my startup company in Canada was going really well until they realized I'd snuck back into the country.
Ah, motherfucker.
That would be terrible. I would be so happy for you if you had fucking started Liquor Donuts and then you were up there, and because then I could like show up and be like, hey, how about some free donuts? And you'd be like, okay.
Well, it
J-
feels like I've seen on someone's like Instagram or whatever of these donuts with like those little tiny miniature liquor bottles like inside of them. Is
Yeah.
that a thing? That's a thing, right? I've seen that. Yes, I know I have.
Yeah.
So Jason, were you just like selling liquor donuts like that fucking convenience store guy was selling Wolf Cop merchandise?
I was, yes.
And then when somebody asked you about it, you're like, it was a big fucking Wolf Cop.
Exactly.
Some of that merchandise was just weird. Like, what was there like a pair of underwear or something that
Wolf
like
Copperfield bras.
Yeah.
I love that.
Oh man.
This is the ultimate being a werewolf, where you're fully in control of your faculties, but you're a super badass.
Yeah.
I mean, this is how I would want to be a werewolf. I could run super fast.
You'd have to
I
peel
could,
your
like-
skin off every full moon.
That's the
Wouldn't give a
trade-off.
shit.
You get
I'm
full
not all
control.
that attached to it.
You get full control of everything, but that's the trade-off. You have to go through that excruciating pain when you peel your skin off. That's
And
about
then-
it.
Well, I mean, honestly, I think.
And you throw your dong away every time. You get a
Yeah.
new penis every time you change.
But I also think that part of it is just like that's probably one of the reasons why he gets smashed before he transforms too, so that way he doesn't really feel it as much, and then the liquor makes him more powerful. So boom.
I
just all
think
numb.
Lou is just drunk all the time. I don't think he stops being drunk.
Yeah.
If he stopped being
Well,
drunk, there might be bad stuff that happens to him.
I mean,
Yeah.
we don't
His
really
liver
know
was
that
shut
it
down
actually
when it had to
hurts.
process blood.
Yeah. We really don't know that it actually hurts. It might just be jarring.
It seemed like it hurt really bad in the first one,
'Cause-
but that was his first transformation. So
Yeah,
who
I
knows
mean,
about
what he's
after
doing?
that?
Yeah, what he's doing is he's growing new skin and hair underneath his old skin.
So you're
That's
saying
like,
that it would be like, just shedding your skin. It might be awesome.
yeah, it might even be all tingly, and maybe he's, he's howling in pleasure because he's, he's getting off.
You know, that
He's so
woman.
good. He's getting his skin off. He's like, oh.
Well, he
And then
did have
tears
to
it
grow
off.
that huge wolf dick.
Yeah.
The
Maybe that's what
werecat,
it is.
the werecat definitely got off on losing her skin.
Yes.
Oh man.
She was into it. I mean, whew.
I
Are
kind
you
of
starting
feel like
without me?
Yeah, right.
I kind of feel like they should have like blood remains all over them when they rip their skin off, though, because it just seems like that's how it would be.
Yeah. Some of that shit's fucking scary. Could you imagine getting ready to do it with some lady? You're in her fucking house. She snorts what appears to be cocaine, and then she pulls her skin off of her arm and then throws it over like a rubber glove. And you're thinking to yourself, wait a
This
second.
bitch is on PCP.
Is this fucking Buffalo? Like, what my concern would be is this fucking Buffalo Bill taking off his lady woman suit that he cleverly. I mean, because guess what? I would be super drunk. I'm guessing. And if you're super drunk, then your mind really gets to wandering. So it's like, am I having sex with Buffalo Bill here? Is he going to walk out waving his dong and have tricked me?
And then what would you do if all of a sudden the cat lady comes out?
I mean, do you say no? It's like she can tear me in half. Do I say no?
Can you say no? Even if you did, do you think that would matter?
Probably not.
I don't know. She's like, oh, you're not getting hard, huh? And then she just takes like a fucking entire bottle, just rapes your face with the bottle of what do you call it? Viagra. And you're just like, and then your dick's just like, she's like 36 hours later, she's still on top of you, and your dick is skinless. And you're just like, get off of me! It would be terrible. Well, that's what happened.
God,
And she'd be like, okay, just get your prongs in there. And you're like, I don't have that. I'm not a fucking Khajiit, you idiot. What the hell is wrong with you?
Oh man. So
It's
Ricky,
real.
Ricky said he would totally get high with his weird clone thing
Oh,
coming
yeah,
out of his
totally.
gut.
Uh-huh.
Would that get you extra high? Would you get high for yourself and for him?
Well, I'm thinking he's pretty much just self-sustained, isn't he?
I think so.
I mean, I guess he does want to eat his food.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh man, what the fuck's the guy's name?
Was it Jimmy?
Willie.
Willie.
Yeah, Billy, yeah. I kept thinking it was maybe Billy, but that was wrong.
No, it was Welly after a penis. It's a penis name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought for a second that it changed into his penis because if you look at it,
Yeah, that's...
at the beginning, kind of looks like a penis, and it called himself the One-Eyed Monster.
Yeah.
I thought it was a penis.
Yeah.
And I was like, whoa, that guy could kind of have sex with a huge animal, but that's all we could. Or like one of those weird porn ladies that can fit like a dude's head in there.
Damn it.
I was thinking
That's-
that too, but then I thought, would his penis suffocate?
I think you'd have to get him like a little scuba mask.
Because you put like a fucking condom on there, like I don't know, a horse condom or something, and you put a tube in there for air.
Like a bendy straw?
And the fucking guy's just like his nose is broke and he's bleeding. He's like, oh,
Pretty much, yeah.
awful.
Uh-huh. That's exactly what you do.
In his little arms. Ugh.
Hey, it's a French tickler.
Well, hey, yeah, those are there just for extra pleasure.
The pleasure center.
Armed for her pleasure.
Now, imagine if your dick didn't have arms.
God damn it.
Like your dick could jerk itself off if
Oh
it
my
had arms.
god!
God damn it.
What the fuck? You would get your dick high.
feel
and be
like
like,
that'd be
"All right,
terrible."
take care of yourself. I'm horny.
I'm just saying. I mean,
Wouldn't that be fucking awful? Like,
I
because
think
you'd be
that'd
in
fucking
class
awesome.
It'd be awesome.
trying to focus, and then your dick's just like, it's gonna happen, and you're like, no, guys. I mean, remember when you were in 7th grade and you seen a side boob or a girl's leg? I mean, fucking anything, a curvy backpack.
Look at that. Look at that
And you're
elbow.
like, I mean, could you imagine that? Basically, if every boy's dick had its own arms, they basically would be useless from age 12 to like 30. You'd just be laying down
Your
going,
dick would have arms like Schwarzenegger, man.
Yeah. Oh my god, you'd have to fucking strap the arms like up. And all day you'd have like these tugs because it'd be trying to like rip its arms. You're like, gotta get going.
It'd just be a chastity belt for your penis.
Okay, but now also figure this though. You wouldn't have to hold it when you pee either.
It can hold itself.
Yeah,
don't have to hold it.
It could just
hangs
direct
out
itself.
there.
Well, yeah, but you're talking about micro penis here.
Well, no. I mean, like, it's very important that you aim. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, if you're in a
Aiming
bathroom.
is very important.
It just hangs and aims to look forward. I mean, that's all that happens. You just like lean a little bit back. Ricky's like, I gotta point it like a nipple.
Oh man! So you'd have to get a pair of thumb cuffs then, and just strap it on. Back.
Jesus. Oh man. Being a boy's the worst. I mean, fucking penis just tells you what to do all the time, and then you'd have it with arms. It'd be fucking giving you Morse code. Jack me right now.
Sign language.
Yeah.
Instead of circumcision, it'd be like disarming. We're gonna disarm his penis today.
Oh, you know that would be a thing. You wouldn't even ever have the chance.
No, you'd just be disarmed as a child.
It's like supposedly a foreskin is way better for like sensitivity and stuff.
Gives a whole new meaning to having the right to bear arms.
All right, let's move on.
Ricky's got his cock hanging out of his pants. The cops are like, trying to hit him up.
Put the gun down.
Yeah. He's like, it's my right to bear arms, man. I'm bearing my arms right now.
All right. So I like the last fight scene in this, the fucking hockey rink stuff. It was pretty great.
That was brutal.
It was awesome. I mean, they were.
Yeah.
Although they said they weren't humans, but then they were totally humans, so I don't know.
Some of them were humans and some weren't. I was kind of expecting. We watched a lot of Zorn, so I was kind of hoping there was some Glom beasts in there, but no. Fucking no Zorn. It's bullshit. I'm still all butthurt about that.
Motherfuckers.
They ended on a fucking cliffhanger, and then Netflix had its head jammed up its ass, and it got like the Mindy show or something. No, that was Hulu. Whatever. People got other shows instead of Zorn.
Well, sometimes it also takes a while to, they have to do like table meetings and some shit, and then go, okay, do we want to go Hulu, or do we want to go Netflix, or so
Yeah.
maybe still an option.
I don't know, but I feel like Netflix is way bigger than Hulu, and they don't censor shit.
Hulu is owned by all the big networks.
Is it?
Yeah.
I think Comcast owns part of Hulu, doesn't it?
Comcast it's because Comcast owns NBC, so NBC owns it. Disney owns both parts of theirs, ABC's and Fox's now. So they've got. I think they may have a majority share now.
Yeah.
So
that's so dumb.
Yeah.
Disney's been doing things right for quite a while now, though, so I'm okay.
Yeah,
with
but that just gives them more. They have more power to do something bad later on.
That's true.
So.
Well, once this net neutrality thing crushes Netflix, all we're gonna have is Hulu, and it's gonna be $80 a month.
We'll have Hulu, and we'll have whatever Disney comes out with their new Disney video thing, and then that will be only PG-13 stuff.
I wish people had been.
That's how they're going.
I wish people had been smart enough to fight against the net neutrality shit.
They did. The people who pushed it through had fake signatures from dead people in states, and then there's a whole bunch of old guys in the Republican Party that don't know what the internet is and how it works, and then there's people that don't really understand. Because I mean, what the problem? Larry, let's put it this way: in a perfect world, there'd be no fucking laws about any of it ever.
Yeah.
You could just do whatever the fuck you wanted. If Steve and I wanted to start our ISP, we could just go start digging a fucking ditch behind his house and planting fiber. We wouldn't have to spend like $200,000 on lawyers just to get to bury cable to begin with, just to get off, just to start. Yeah. And that's the problem. Like the lady at the FCC on Joe Rogan said, like 50% of our country does not have an alternative choice for a broadband connection. They don't. Like, you guys down there don't.
Nope.
I don't. I'm not even sure who the fuck these 50% of people are, because maybe it's, I forget, half of the country is literally in all the big cities. That's half the country. So
Well, I
they're
know-
the people that have a little bit of choice.
Well, there's a podcaster I listen to that lives in Utah, and there's multiple things there, and there's also
Live in
Austin
Salt
and stuff
Lake
like
City?
that. No, he doesn't live. I mean, everything is near Salt Lake City, but he doesn't live in Salt Lake, so he's still like
Yeah.
outside of the city, stuff like that. But
Yeah.
I mean, even in Sacramento though, there's not. I don't think there may be two choices, so I guess you get more than one, but even then,
Probably AT&T or Verizon, and then
Comcast.
what's it called? Yeah, Comcast. I mean, it's silly.
Yeah.
It's the problem is it's so contained at a local level that kind of just screws up the whole argument. Like my brother was, he listens to a lot of conservative views on the whole net neutrality thing, and I go, look, dude, problem isn't the whole laws about it up high. The problem is all these local laws that keep anybody from even setting foot off the ground. Like Comcast and everybody, all these local companies paid everybody off like 20 years ago. And they're trying to turn it into like the railroads, right? Where nobody else can use my railroad.
Yeah.
And we need to turn it into like roads where anybody can use the existing infrastructure. And then they have to just pay into like the repair fund. That would probably be better. And then Steve and I could start our own ISP. And then when it came time for repair fund money, we'd be like, oh, we're broke. Keep all the money. And then we'd go from Steve and Eric's super cheap ISP to Erik and Steve's super cheap ISP. We get everybody signed up, and then we'll just switch. We'll just keep changing. We'll go Steve and Erik, Erik and Steve. Let's see, Rick and Steve, Stefan and Erik. And we just keep doing it every year. A new one.
Oh man,
Good idea.
it makes so much money.
Yeah.
We just need to invent a time machine, group our money together, go back in time, buy majority shares, come back to now and be like, hey, Comcast, don't be stupid. We own you.
If you had a fucking time machine, you could go back in time to 1600
I'd fit
in
right
the
in.
middle of California and just mine assuming we have a big enough one for like equipment. We could steal a bunch of equipment because I'm not going to buy it.
Oh, hell
It's
no.
time travel, right? Just
Yeah.
time travel
We
back in
already
time.
stole
We
the
could
time
mine
machine, so-
all of it and then bring it ahead. I mean, back then it was worth like nothing. And also we could homestead the holy living shit out of California.
You're thinking about it way too hard. My family.
Oh, I've thought about this a lot.
My family. Well, yeah, but in my case,
You don't have
we
a time.
can make
If you
it
say your
easier for
family has
all
a
of
time
us.
machine and you've been hoarding the time machine, I'm going to kick you in the nuts.
No,
You
my
can time
More than
travel
kick
where
him
I
in the
didn't.
nuts.
no. My family back then was one of the richest families around and owned one of the biggest mines in California. So we'll just go back and I'll just be like, I'm a spear and just take all their shit and leave.
Yeah, because they'll totally just give you whatever you want to.
No, they
Yeah,
won't. But
the one thing we're not accounting for is old man strength. I mean,
oh yeah,
they could probably pick a machine up by hand back then.
Well, yeah, that's how they got all that shit way the fuck up there. They just put it on their backs and carried it.
Wait a second, guys. If we're going back to the 1600s, we can hunt up Captain America.
Yeah, because that's
right.
when he was born, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he's old as fuck. He's like a vampire, and then he got de-vampired, and that put him back to being his age when he wasn't a vampire, which was 16
Mm-hmm.
in World War One. I mean, I've got it all figured out.
All right. I'm glad you got all that figured
he's
out.
got it
man.
mostly figured out. I mean, he'd already been a vampire for like 100 years by the 1600s, but we can still look him up.
If you guys could be a vampire or a werewolf, which one would you pick?
We talked about this. I think I'd prefer a werewolf, as long as you got control. As long as you have control, I'd prefer to be a werewolf.
Like the lichens in
Yeah, in Underworld.
What if
Yeah,
you don't
Underworld.
have like that's the other thing with vampires, like that whole thing where you suck blood, but you have. I mean, aren't they super strong and stuff?
Yeah, they
Yeah,
are.
they're insanely
Yeah.
They
strong.
can. Some of them can turn into bats and like fucking mist and like do
That's
what like they
pretty
can fly, control wolves. There's like a lot of shit that's pretty cool there.
Got
Unless
my
you go
vote.
with like the Bram Stoker one, which they cannot wander across running water, in which case they would be trapped in every home.
And if you go
Yeah.
back to the oldest vampire lore, they can only be killed by a stake to the chest. In some cases, doesn't kill them; it paralyzes them. It depends on the lore. And sun would kill them, but they got all those abilities, and they didn't actually drink blood. Their fangs were hollow like a snake, and they would suck it in through there. But then somewhere along the way, vampires started drinking blood, which I think is stupid. But, you know, whatever.
That would be weird. I think I would rather be a werewolf with like full mental control.
Yeah.
That way I don't not like, because I almost be like the worst. All right, here's the worst scenario. You're completely aware of what you're doing, but you're like David Banner. No, Bruce Banner.
He was David Banner at one time. It's weird.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Right. So Bruce Banner inside the Hulk's body, where you're just like watching through his eyes, and he's just doing shit, and you're like. So then, like when you start mounting the fucking neighbor's dog, and you're like, oh my god,
damn it,
this is fucking happening. This is the worst. That's my dick. Get out of you! Quit using my dick for that, you son of a bitch. You know that's, or you know even worse, you're like tearing up your family. You know, and you're over there like, no, get Uncle Steve. Quit fucking around with Grandma. Get Uncle Steve. He stole my comics. Get the fucking asshole. Get Aunt Marge, too. That bitch doesn't know how to cook any yams.
What the fuck?
Well, I mean, you're a werewolf. You're probably a little angry. I mean, you would be angry, wouldn't you? You're like tearing into shit.
Yeah, I mean, you'd be more bestial, so just that kind of shit would surface a lot easier, I think.
Yeah.
So
I would lock myself inside my machine cab. It's like there's no way. I don't think you could get out of it as.
But then he would have keys, and he would figure out how to operate his giant cutter there, and he'd be like, "Oh well, this is backfired."
I wonder if I would cut more trees down or less. I mean, it seems like I'd be dumber.
He'd come to.
I don't know.
His seat would have there'd be foam everywhere.
Well,
He
yeah,
would just
obviously,
chew that
as the
seat
dog, he had to tear that up, and he had to chew on the handles.
Yeah, the steering wheel or however the handles. Yeah, they'd be all ripped out and chewed up.
Yeah, but no family members would be dead, so that's a bonus.
There'd also be a big
He comes
turd.
to, the thing's slowly rolling through town, right through the sides of buildings. Cops are slowly following him on a blowhorn.
Yeah. I've always wanted to make a movie where a logger just snaps after he gets turned down by the bank, and he steals a log loader and then starts tracking it down the highway at 3 miles an hour. just like tossing cars out of the way and like hammering cops. And he starts cursing. I think he'd have his shirt off. He'd have to be a handsome guy like
Maybe in overalls.
Chris Hemsworth or something with like a logger outfit. I think it'd be a good movie. Yeah, Kelly'd be like, "Ooh, we're going to watch this sucker like 18 times.
He would have to give it a little thought, though, and put like bulletproof glass in it or something, or the cops would just shoot him like 20 times in the back.
I mean, it's moving around 3 miles an hour, and you've got like a boom. I don't know. I don't think it'd be that hard. It's already got glass in it. All you'd have to do is put some plexiglass on the other side of it and glue it together, and it's basically bulletproof glass at that point.
all right, so
Like
what about
that's actually how they make bulletproof glass. I found that out.
Sort
After
of.
Ricky was like, some of it's not bulletproof. Like you just take a regular pane of like safety glass, and then you glue it to like a thick piece of. It's not plexiglass. It's the other one. Lexan. Yeah. And then it's basically bulletproof. I mean, they can shoot through it eventually. But if you've got a loader boom and you're waving around in your cab, they're not going to hit shit. All they're going to be doing is shooting the neighbor, like when they miss.
The guy's all like, ha 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 ha. Fucking 50 cal goes
cops.
right through one side and out the other. He's like, oh shit.
Yeah, let's be real here, guys. We've seen the stats on cop shootings. Like they shoot like 20 bullets to hit like 8 times from point blank. If you're 50 feet away, you're fine.
And
I mean,
how far is a boom reach?
40, 45 feet, depending on.
Oh,
the
you're
motor.
fine. You can hold them back at 50 feet.
You could actually.
They'll probably
if they
hit the
put-
cab 1 in 50 shots.
Yeah, because I mean, there's going to be a couple of cops that are like, "There's no way this guy can grab me with that loader. There's no way I'm an evasive driver." And then you just like grab it. Then you could swing the car around, like while it's in midair, and then just throw it at the other cop cars. And I know people who are really good with loaders that could definitely hit another car after like their second try once they figured out the whole aerodynamics of the car, just like. No, and the guy inside the cab going, should have been a mailman.
Hey, as a mailman, you still get to shoot people. They call it going postal.
All right, so what about the rest of you guys? Werewolf or vampire?
Vampire.
Kills
They're
you.
more fashionable.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I think I'd rock as one, and plus less hairy. Come on, right?
Oh yeah. Well, and you hate the sun anyways, so you'd be like,
I know.
I'm not going outside. I don't
Yeah,
give a shit.
well, I mean, like I'm a ginger, so I'm pretty much already like the real world vampire. So vampire.
Yeah, I'd have to go with vampire as well. As long as I don't twinkle in the sun, I'm all right.
Yeah, as long as we're not sparkling in the sunlight, I'm good.
Kelly's
All right,
like,
Eric,
I want to
Wolf
sparkle.
Yeah, well, I mean, Steve and I, see, that's the thing. The skinny dudes are like, oh, I'll just be a vampire. Steve and I are like, wait a second, I would not have to exercise. And I could run really fucking fast and never get tired and tear shit up.
Because if we
and
became
probably jump
vampires,
like 80 feet.
if we became vampires, we'd look like Donald Loge from fucking Blade 2. We'd just be a fat vampire. We'd get our fucking arm cut off and blood would be going everywhere.
Oh, jeez.
Or if we're a
And here we
werewolf, at least we could use our
too.
weight to, destroy motherfuckers. I figure the
Oh,
bigger
God.
person we are, the bigger werewolf we are, right?
I think that's true.
Yeah.
I just wish I was already 7 feet tall. Then I'd be a 10-foot tall werewolf.
I got a question for you two, though. Would you be a werewolf only during full moons, so you were basically just a human the rest of the time, or could you turn into one at any moment?
Well, I think that if you're that, then if you're like the werewolf, you still have like the regenerative abilities and you're still probably a little stronger than a normal person during the other thing. Otherwise, it'd just be like the lichens from Underworld still. And, you can turn whenever you want. You're just more powerful during a full moon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless
Yeah,
you have
but
some moon dust
also-
to snort.
I might be remembering wrong, but I feel like the lichens from Underworld only lose control of their turning ability. Not necessarily their consciousness and control, but they lose the ability to control whether or not they turn during the full moon. They're just turned no matter what, right?
No, it was just the first time that they turned.
lose their.
Okay.
They
They
pretty
lose
much
everything
their-
in the
lose
first
their-
time.
Okay.
I'm like, yeah.
So they just go on a killing spree the first time.
Unless they're locked up, yeah.
Well, yeah, we'd have to lock you and Eric up in some place. Like, the pit.
Yeah, we could just put them in the pit, the basement.
See,
with the thing.
vampires trying to keep us down, Eric. See how that shit goes?
We're just
No,
trying to.
no,
We are
just
just trying to
on the
keep
first
people safe.
Only on the first
I
night.
would fuck with them. I'd be could you imagine me as a werewolf? I'd be like, I totally didn't change, guys. I'm fine. But in my werewolf voice. I'm just like- and then they'd be like, oh, he didn't even change yet. All right. Yes, I'm not full enough moon, guys. It's like, that's tomorrow. And then as long as Jason was there, I would get out. I would murder everybody.
Just go
Wait a
piss.
second, they're vampires. Can't they just like hold us back?
We should
I mean,
be
like
able
pretty
to.
much at this point, I would like stop and listen. I'm like, no, he's changed. How can you tell? I hear him licking his dick. In
You
between
would be
his
high
signatures.
and asleep. On the most important day.
Damn it. Oh, man.
That's exactly what you would hear in between everything he said. It was just him going back down, licking himself. I mean, he's a werewolf. Why the fuck not? I mean,
You're still in control of your faculties, and I wouldn't do that. That's gross.
not in the first time.
I mean, as soon as I change, I have to go mark my territory, so I'm pissing in both you guys' cars. And it's going to be real bad piss, because, I'm a male werewolf, so.
Ooh,
Again,
that'd be cool.
the pit.
I would pee on so many people's houses. The
And you
dog
guys
would
are
be
gonna
like,
have
walk up,
more-
Fuck that.
You guys are going to have stronger, more sensitive nostrils also, being a vampire, so you're definitely going to smell it.
That's why the first night you're going in the pit. The first time you change, you got to be in the pit.
I'm going to do this afterwards.
No,
Every time I change.
just every
It's
night
like
when
literally
you
the
change,
next
or
morning, they
it'll
let
be
him
the middle
out.
of the day.
Steve's like, piss in Jason's car. He just like punches through the glass.
Yeah.
Oh, daylight pissing.
well, it's
Right in the
summertime.
middle.
My window was already cracked. All he's gonna do is just, arc it
Yeah, when the cops show up, you're like, dude, I'm a dog pissing. Like, that's what we do.
What are you going to do to me? Come
to
on.
the cop. As a werewolf, you're just standing on your
Yeah.
9 feet talking to a cop, and they're not shooting at you.
So like, dude, I'm a fucking dog, man. Like, fuck off, bro. I'll take a dump
Oh,
on your
God,
fucking yard. Eat your cat.
I think most cops would just see the werewolf in the street and be like, "Oh my, I smoked too much weed. I'm driving away."
Honestly, I think quite a few of them would be like, I don't get paid enough for this shit.
Yeah,
Just
fuck
walk
this.
away.
Which
Fuck
they should
this.
do. That's the animal control guy's job.
Exactly.
Oh, man. So I
He
finished.
calls up. He's like, "Hey, Ralph." And Ralph's like, "Yep. I'm gonna send you a picture what I just took with my phone. I want you to verify you're seeing the same thing I am." You get Ralph. He's like, "Oh, I'm getting it." What the fuck is that? Is that real? Apparently, I'm seeing it still. That's all your deal, buddy. See ya. Click. And fucking like, what the fuck? What the hell am I supposed to do about that? Fuck! I quit. I fucking quit.
So
that's all I can do. I fucking quit.
When you say animal control guys, I'm thinking of the guys from Parks and Rec. So you get Colton.
Yeah.
We just be playing video games with them, so it'll be all right.
He just comes over, knocks on Steve's door. Hey, can I play video games?
Yeah.
With you? There's a fucking giant werewolf guy over there, and I don't want anybody to know that I'm here.
Oh my God, Steve! When your dog won't shut the fuck up, you could turn into a werewolf and actually talk to him probably and understand what he's saying. You'd be like, what the fuck are you barking at?
There actually is something in this house that's making the dogs just go nuts. And I'm like, I just start barking a fucking storm as soon as
It's like some really high-pitched noise and it's driving Steve insane.
Ricky's like, shut the fuck up.
Ricky hits him in the side like he's just shut up, man. What's wrong with you?
He's the world's biggest fucking newspaper. He just smacks the werewolf. No! No! He goes and gets a fire extinguisher. You knock it off.
I'm gonna get a fucking shot collar on your ass.
Oh, man.
A fucking taser.
He turns back into a human. He's like, dude, it smells like rotten flesh in here. It's not good. It's not good. I hear knocking on the walls as a dog. It's too quiet to hear as a human.
Ooh, that'd be scary. Or you turn into a werewolf and you can just see fucking ghosts.
Yeah.
The house is just
That's what
filled
makes
with
them
them.
kill people.
There's a guy in Steve's favorite chair over here sitting there smoking a pipe reading the newspaper.
Or he's gonna see the creepy thing that's making Kylie's dolls move.
God damn it. You're like, Eric, we need to make the proton pack. We got to do it soon.
That's the same one that knocks on his door at 3 a.m. probably.
It makes it smell like I'm burning sulfur or brimstone in here.
It's just smoke, not really sulfur or brimstone.
You guys think the vampires would be able to deal with the ghosts? I mean, they're dead. Kinda.
I don't know.
Maybe. I mean, the ginger can't, and he's got no soul, so it's the same kind of thing,
I have
right?
souls.
Yeah, but he's not transitioned into a vampire yet.
Ah,
I have souls.
You have souls, but not one of your own.
Doesn't matter. It's all the same. Doesn't matter where they come from.
oh man.
Except
Is that what happens? Is that how a ginger becomes a vampire? They steal a Mormon soul?
Well, it would be pretty dangerous to go there, right? Because it's like it's Utah, so it's a bunch of sun. You know, you're not going to have a lot of tree cover during the day. So I don't know if the whole,
Yeah, you pretty much have to move through the
sunscreen
sewers.
would work.
So you're moving through a lot of Mormon poo.
Yeah, that's gross. That's disgusting.
That's scary.
Yeah.
Those guys were so. Did you guys ever have them knock on your door?
Yeah.
just last week?
I did. They were like so nice. I was like, oh shit, I'm way too nice. I can't believe I didn't tell these guys to fuck off. So I went to work. Like 2 or 3 days later, they came back because I said, yeah, come back. Because I basically just bullshitted them.
Yeah.
I was basically happy somebody showed up that felt that they had to stay there and talk to me for that long. So I had a good
Eric,
time
you were
just
lonely?
talking to them. Yeah, I was. I was living by myself at the time. So what the hell? No, I wasn't. I don't know. Anyways, my brother was there like a couple days later, and he had killed a raccoon and was skinning it semi-nude. Don't ask me.
No, I'm good.
I wasn't there. Okay, this is just what he told me, and he was still semi-nude when I showed up. So I'm assuming it was the case. So, anyways, they knock on the fucking door. He walks over. He opens the door in the nude because he's seen their bikes and them, and he's like, "This will be hilarious." And he goes, "Yeah, I'm gonna go give something to Satan here. Do you guys want to join me?" And they fucking turned white and then ran away. They left their bikes there.
Damn it.
They were still there when I got home, but they were gone like a couple days later. I hope they got their bikes. My brother scared the shit out of them. He thought it was hilarious. And I was like, do you know how like parasite-ridden raccoons are? He's like, I've seen that episode of Sunny too. Cooked it really good. And I was like, oh my God. I mean, my dog killed the raccoon though.
Did your brother get the hunger?
I mean, he didn't do anything to me, so I don't think so.
God damn it.
My dog murdered the crap out of that raccoon. Like, I grew up my whole life with everybody being like, well, those raccoons will fuck a dog up. You can't let that dog. Blah, blah, blah. So I was like, oh shit, guys, we can't let the dog get out there. That's like a 50-pound raccoon. I mean, it was a humongous raccoon. It was massive.
Was
It's been
this
living
Hank?
off a dog. Yeah, Hank. I left the door
Yeah, but
open.
that's
a little
Hank.
bit.
Hank is a fucking like he's like
Hank.
Robo Dog or whatever.
Yeah,
You know.
he just blasted through the door. The raccoon sees him and then like kind of made to go after him. Basically, the raccoon had enough time to turn around, grit its teeth, and then Hank just tackled him. And the next thing you know, the raccoon's just like basically like Loki with the Hulk smashing him back and forth. And Hank's just like "Ah!" for like 2 minutes straight. I was like,
Oh man.
whoa. I do not want to. I was scared of my dog for a little bit after that. I was like, damn, dude, that dog is fucking badass. I don't want to fuck with him. Come on, buddy. Yeah, come in the house. Oh, you want to run off? All right, you do you, pal. Holy shit. Fight was fucking terrifying. He killed cats, which I didn't know dogs could do that.
Just gotta get him.
It's just a matter of
Well, they're
catching the
dick-
cat, I imagine.
Yeah.
They were dickhead feral cats, and they were awful. They would beat up our cat, and one day one of them just stood there, and Hank's just like, he'd chase him, and that cat was like, I'm going to beat your ass, and he smacked him in the nose as Hank grabbed him by the throat and then hulked him. I was like, whoa, that cat is like really limber. Oh shit, never mind, it's dead.
I've had to fight 3 dogs since being at this job. Only one of them actually bit me. The rest of them, I just kicked the shit out of the dog.
Yep, Hank had somebody trying to kick at him, and he dodged it. He actually dodged. He just like charged the guy. The guy still went back to kick at him, and he just sidestepped him and then hit him from the side.
Well, I
And
knew
I
where
was
the
like, whoa, shit, let off, oh fuck! And then he just like let go. He didn't actually break the skin on that guy. I was like, awesome.
I luckily had a weapon 2 of those times, because there was one place I knew there was a dog that could be a problem, so I never went in the backyard without a baseball bat, and it ripped through the screen one time, and I just wailed it across the face, and it took off. And the other one, I was just at a park, and it yanked away from its owner by the leash and jumped at me, and I spun around with the weed eater and chopped it up in the face. The other one I punched.
Ow!
The other one actually bit me, and that one I punched in the head really hard, and it took off.
Yeah.
Shitty job to have fucking people with dogs.
Dogs fucking attacking you constantly.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's
That
been 8
sucks.
years, and it's been 3 times. It's fucking stupid.
Shitty
all of
job
them
for
pit
somebody like
bulls?
Jason who has a severe fear of
I do.
dogs
I have a
also.
severe fear of dogs, and so I'm
And when
already all twitchy
when you
around
are all
dogs.
twitchy, it makes the dog more likely to not like you and want to do stuff to you. So
Yeah, I've only ever been bitten by a dog once. That was
Me
just
too.
a really
And it was
big
it was
dickhead
a
dog.
really old dog, and it bit me on the back of the leg.
Oh, I was
this
bit by
dog that
Steve's
bit me
dog
was
once,
awful.
but it was the size of a chalupa. So
Yeah, Chalupa.
Steven had a dog named Chalupa.
Yeah.
yeah, he did. He had a dog named Chalupa. That was the joke. But it bit me on the back of my ankle. Not even very hard. I turned around. I was walking away, and it nipped me.
Was
Bastard.
that a little one of those little tiny dogs?
Yeah, little
Yeah,
Chihuahua.
Chihuahua.
Yeah, a little
They,
chihuahua.
they fucking do that. Yeah, those things are like,
That's
oh,
yeah.
I've got to assert dominance somehow. He's turned away. I'll get him. Snipe attack.
So did
Nailed
you guys watch through the credits and see the last scene
Yes.
with man that got his
fucking-
face ripped off in the first one?
Uh-huh. It's hit by the fucking wolf cop with the nun right there, just covered in blood.
Oh yeah.
If I didn't read that trivia stuff, I wouldn't have known like who that was.
I didn't really know who it was until Steven
Yeah.
told me who
Yeah.
who it was. So,
So how's
Yeah,
my
I-
face? Oh man, his face was fucked up. I would have never known who it was.
Yeah.
So-
I don't remember because the last time we seen that was like 4 years ago.
Honestly, I
For-
remembered because when he got hit, the face fell on the windshield, and I was like, "Oh, it's face ripped off guy."
Yeah, it's the guy that didn't know he couldn't see on coke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
Okay.
man.
People on coke don't know they can't see. That was him.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I also don't know.
Fucking
They don't have a
moon
face
dust.
apparently.
Yeah.
Man, it's been fucking 4 years since we started this, guys. It's we've actually got viewers now and all that stuff. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Still having fun
Fucking
doing it, so
weird.
we're gonna keep doing it.
Yep.
And
Plus now it's like our habit.
yeah,
so-
it's the only time we all talk together,
Yeah.
regularly.
Probably the only way we'll actually continue to talk to each other because now we all have adult style responsibilities. And it's really easy to be like, no, I'll fucking blow off my buddies this week.
Yeah.
And then it just becomes, knowing me for sure, it just becomes like 5 years later. Oh, 5 years later. 5 years later, I'll blow my buddies off this week. Not a big deal.
Well, I'm the same way. I don't even talk to
Really?
my parents more than a couple times a year.
We didn't know that, Jason.
Oh, really? You didn't know that?
No,
Oh, okay.
no. Didn't know that you just don't hang out anymore.
I'm a shut-in.
Yeah, we hung out like every day before, and then I don't see you ever anymore, except for Thursdays and Sundays.
I don't think shut in. What do you call a kidnapping victim again?
A kidnapping victim.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, that's kind of closer. Don't you think? Or
Not
somebody's
really.
like, you can't leave, and you're like, well, I'm not allowed to leave.
Stockholm syndrome.
I have Stockholm syndrome. That's my problem.
Yeah.
But I thought with that you're supposed to like really love that person.
Well, he's a prisoner.
Oh no, that's where you like see where they're coming from.
Yeah, I see where they're coming from. It's like a mixed bag of feelings.
Problem.
All right. What rating did you guys give this?
I'm gonna say I gave it 4 stars. Yeah, I gave it 4 stars. I really liked it, and the puppet stuff didn't bug me too bad. And I thought the cat sex scene was hilarious.
So did I.
Especially the fucking when his head was in her legs and then he pulls back. And it's fucking like, that's hilarious. Oh my
That
god,
was so gross.
I wish I could see the fucking outtakes though. There's some like brutal fucking outtakes.
You could probably find them on YouTube. Well, no, not YouTube. No, you could probably find them somewhere though.
On YouTube,
Yeah, right. YouTube.
or maybe.
Vimeo.
Yeah.
I gave
I
it 2
can't
stars.
think. Sorry. You gave it 2 stars?
Yeah, I gave it 2 stars.
Okay. Ricky?
Oh, okay. I can go with it.
Always you after her for this.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay. I gave it 3.5 stars.
Nice. Ricky gave a higher score than Kelly. That does not happen very often.
I'm gonna give it 2.5 stars.
And I gave it 4 stars, even with the weird puppet shit. And like I said, I watch a lot of fucking campy horror movies, so this is not like something new for me. It's just I just find it weird that they always do it in the sequel. It's just I don't know. It's odd.
Huh.
I never noticed that.
Yeah,
Do they have that? Do they have puppets in Sharknado too?
I mean the sharks and
Yeah.
and Tara Reid also.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
God. No, like I watched a movie called Thanksgiving, and the second one of that, which is actually the third one of that, has this weird fucking worm puppet and this like little Muppet thing also. It's fucking weird. Yeah. So.
That's fucking weird.
All right, next week's movie is Kelly's Choice. What are you going to choose?
Okay, so this is the 25th. Yeah, the 25th anniversary of this movie.
Mm-hmm.
And last week or a week and a half ago, or very soon ago, was
Very soon ago. I like your talking.
yeah, was opening day of baseball. So I'm like, heck yeah, I'm picking The Sandlot.
Nice.
The Sandlot. Nice. That's good.
Yeah.
It has been a long fucking time since I've watched that movie.
What's it on?
Oh my god. Do you guys remember Little Giants?
Yeah, I do.
I love that movie.
I liked that movie.
But what's it on, Kelly?
Google Play.
Google Play.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Sounds good to me.
I actually own it on DVD.
Anybody have anything else?
We used to own it on
No.
cassette.
All right.
Wolf Dong.
Wolf Dong.
Wolf Dong.
All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. You can like us on Facebook, facebook.com/Heroic Adventure Productions. You can also, let's see, let's try this again because that's not what I usually say first. What the fuck am I doing? YouTube.com/DeathByLike presents, Twitch.tv/Heroic Adventure, Mixer.com/Turkadur, and Twitch.tv/Turkadur plays. You can head over to Twitch.tv/Heroic Adventure, and if you subscribe, to our channel over there, you'll help support us. If you have Twitch Prime, you can do it for no extra cost on your Twitch on your Amazon Prime account. So do that. That'd be great. and Ricky does his creepy voice. So that would be great if you guys could do that. It'll help host podcasts and all that stuff. Maybe help us do new stuff. So
Do it.
you can follow us on Twitter at HAP Gaming. You can follow me on Twitter at Turkader, Terkader. You can follow Eric on Twitter at
Quick and severe.
You can follow Kelly on Twitter at
Sugar Snuggles.
You can follow Ricky on Twitter at
Furry Twitcher balls.
with no E in the Twitter. And you can follow Jason on Twitter at
Unbelievable one.
what else? Make sure you like and subscribe. Tell your friends. All the good stuff. That all helps us. You can download the podcast on iTunes, Google Play Store, and Stitcher. Just look for 2.5 stars. Also, on Thursday, we'll be playing For Honor from 7 to 9 Pacific time. So join us on youtube.com/DeathByLegPresents, twitch.tv/HeroicAdventure, mixer.com/Turkader, and twitch.tv/TurkaderPlays. If nobody has anything else, that's going to be it. We'll talk to you guys on Thursday.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye.